Kristin Omdahl Show. This is episode 1119, and we are live in Southwest Florida in my studio. If you are joining me live, please say hello. Let me know if you're crafting. Let me know if you did anything fun this weekend, or just say hi. And if you don't feel welcome saying hi, you're welcome here, and I'm happy to have you anyway. Happy Monday. If you are new, this is the Kristin Omdahl YouTube channel where I do thousands of knit and crochet tutorial videos, tons to view in the playlists here on my channel, and I do a podcast called the Kristin Omdahl Show. We go live on Mondays and Tuesdays, pretty much fail safe, and do all sorts of fun things popping in and out throughout the week. Tuesdays is the make along, where that's dedicated to charity, whether we knit or crochet, but we talk about charity as well. Super fun also. And if any of this interests you, please consider subscribing. You can click the red subscribe button below and click the bell notification button next to it so you can be notified every time I go live or release a new video. Let's see who's here. Hi, Thea, Joe, Judy, Sharon, Ricky, Judy, and Judy, Donna, Tammy. Hi, everybody. Happy Monday. Hope you're having a great day so far. I am waiting on a yarn shipment today. It's been out for delivery since 6:10 a.m. I was really hoping it would arrive before we went live this morning, but it hasn't. So I will be recording a new yarn unboxing video today, and if there's any luck, I will release it today as well. I also have another shipment from Knit Picks arriving tomorrow, so I will be doing a yarn unboxing for Wednesday for that one as well. And I have not released which yarn company I ordered from that's arriving today. First of two shipments today from this company. Hi, Julie. Good morning. But super excited. Do you want to make any guesses of what yarn company it is? I don't know if I'll tell you or not. Maybe not, but you can guess. I'd kind of like to know what your guesses are, because that'll give me some indication of who I should do yarn reviews and yarn unboxings for in the future as well. We've done it with Lion Brand so far and Knit Picks. You can see those videos and those posts on my site. I notice I keep looking out the window. I'm anxious. I was hoping that the package of yarn would arrive while we're live, because that would totally be an unboxing then, although I make sure not to open the box until I hit record or go live, because I do think it's more fun that way. I also have a couple of updates for you today. Today is not Knit Picks, no. And no, and I haven't seen a correct guess yet, but all good guesses, and I don't know if I'm gonna say what it is. But I did get a comment last week. I believe it was on YouTube. I'm not sure. I get questions from the show and from various things all over the place. Kind of hard to stay organized at times, but that's okay. I got a question on Friday wanting to know the yardage in advance on the knit and crochet shrugs that I'm working on, so somebody could take advantage of the Black Friday sales at Knit Picks to order the right amount of Bravo worsted to make the shrugs, even though the patterns are not done. The samples are not quite yet done either, but I've made a lot of progress on them, and I have the crochet one finished, and I'm far enough along on the knit one now that I did work out of sequence to be convenient this weekend, and I did the yarn estimate last night, this morning, worked on it both, and I can let you know now how many balls you'll need. However, I will say, let me grab that link for Bravo worsted. Here it is. I will say, because it's on sale and there's such great deals for Black Friday on Knit Picks website, I would highly recommend getting the 10 ball pack anyway, because you get an added discount by using that My Value Pack coupon when you order a bag of 10 of any of the Bravo worsted. And there's some other yarns that are included in that. Not all yarns are included in that extra discount code, but Bravo worsted is. And so I have the yardage amounts to tell you guys for this yarn. well, the number of balls anyway, to make they're both shrugs, the crochet shrug, and they're absolutely gorgeous. You're gonna love them. You're gonna love them. I'm in love with both of them. And here's the knit one. I have the collar done. The only thing I haven't done on here is sewn the sleeve and added the sleeve cuff. So it's pretty minor, and I know where I'm at yardage wise on both of them. So real quick, I can tell you that so I'm going to tell you how many balls of Bravo worsted for each of the 4 sizes in both knit and crochet shrug. And I'm going to go through all the knit ones first, then all the crochet ones. And just so you know, the last size tops out at 9 balls, and the smallest size begins with 5 balls. But like I said, there's such great discounts if you order 10 balls of this yarn that I think it would be a great idea to just order the 10 balls, use the extra coupon code on top of the Black Friday sale. If you order $65, you get free shipping as well. But if you order 10 balls and you don't use all of them, then you can make a hat, a matching cowl, a matching bag, matching wrist warmers, some other small accessory with whatever yarn you have left over. Okay. Yeah, I love all yarns. And I've said this all along. I think there's a time and a place for every yarn. There's a time and a place for expensive yarn. There's a time and a place for inexpensive yarn. There's a time and a place for acrylic and plant-based fibers, wool, animal-based fibers, luxury fibers. I'm not a yarn snob. I never have been. I think that everybody is entitled to pick whatever suits them for whichever project, and whether you want to go budget one day and luxury another day. No problems, no judgment zone here. There's a time and a place for every yarn weight, for everything. I've always said this long before I sold my own yarns and long after I've sold my own yarns. That's something I've always said. Anyway, back to subject. Okay, so I'm going to read the number of balls you'll need for each size of the knit one first. So to make the extra small size in the knit shrug, you'll need 5 balls. To make the medium large in the knit shrug, you'll need 5 balls. To make the 1x 2x size in the knit shrug, you'll need 6 balls. And in the 3x 4x size of the knit shrug, you'll need 8 balls. So it's a range of 5 to 8 balls to make any of the 4 sizes in the knit shrug, and that's in Bravo worsted. I've shared a link to the yarn here, and once again, there's an addition. It's on sale for Black Friday. $65 for free shipping. I'm still so anxious for this box to arrive. And then if you use coupon code MyValuePack, there's an extra savings on top of that if you order 10 balls. But to make the knit shrug as is, it'll be a range of 5 to 8 balls. So now to make the crochet shrug. So that's the knit one here. It's not, and this is color Solstice Heather, which is a little brighter than a navy blue, maybe more like a dark royal blue. Really gorgeous though. That's the inside. Let's show you. Oh, now there's the outside. Okay, and then the crochet shrug is done also in Bravo worsted. This is color Clarity, which is a really beautiful icy light blue. Okay, and to make this one in the 4 sizes, this is the crochet yardage. To make extra small, it's 5 balls for the crochet shrug. To make the medium large is going to be 6 balls. To make the 1x 2x is going to be 8 balls, and to make the 3x 4x will be 9 balls. And that's for the crochet shrug, so it's a range of 5 to 9 balls to make the crochet shrug. But again, this yarn has that coupon code available, MyValuePack, so you can get an extra savings if you buy 10 balls. And it's a great worsted weight yarn, and you can make any number of small accessories or lengthen the sleeves. I also have made the sleeves 3/4 length. If you want to make the sleeves cuffed longer, there's another reason to add more, add another ball to get that extra discount. Hi Bonnie, good morning. Thank you, Thea. Yeah, this one, so normally in the glasses that I buy a 3-pack on Amazon. I have a clear acrylic, a bright raspberry pink that I save for special occasions. I don't know why. There's black frames. There's a combo frame pack of black and tortoiseshell or clear frames. Then I wear the one called Dried Flowers, which is like a confetti. It almost looks like tortoiseshell, but it isn't. And then this is the actual tortoiseshell, which I love these too. And I normally wear the dried flower one that looks like tortoiseshell. So when I wear the actual tortoiseshell, they actually look a lot darker. It's because I think there's a little more black in this and a little less of the browns. And in the dried flower version, it looks like tortoiseshell, but it has more of like creams and reds mixed in with the lighter browns. They're all fun though. I get compliments on them everywhere I go. Oh man, I wish that truck would arrive. How fun would it be if the truck arrived while we were live? I could just run out the door, grab the box, and get started. Hi, Carrie. Good morning. Hi, LaShera. Thank you. These are shrugs, but I appreciate the compliment. Hi, Donna and Eve. Oh, how exciting, Bonnie. She's working on the last 15 rows of my lace sampler shawl. Awesome. Oh, these are not expensive, Thea. These are readers. As long as you know what magnifying strength you want, magnification strength you like or need, whatever. I can't spit it out. They come in a 3-pack for $19.99. I think Judy just shared a link for them in my Amazon shop. Many combinations of colors and styles, and they're just so cute. I love them. Yeah, these are very affordable. I bought several packs, so I always have a pair of glasses everywhere I go. I keep them in my car, my purse, my bedroom, obviously where I work, and in every bag, because you never know when you need a pair of readers. Once you've gotten to the point where you can't read without them, but yet you don't wear glasses all the time, you need a pair of glasses everywhere. And I've bought quite a few different sets on there. These are by far my favorite ones. There are there are magnifier sunglasses that I want to try too, because it'd be nice to be able to read when I'm outside. I think that would be fun, but I haven't gotten around to buying that. Hi, Trudy. Good morning. Hi, Irma. Good morning. Hi, Edna. Yeah, I mean, it's only for those of us that are fortunate enough to only need readers. If you need a prescription, by all means, please go to your doctor instead, Steffi. That's a good point. Hi, Melanie. Good morning. And hi, Steffi. Yeah, to read on the beach would be nice. I haven't been able to do that in years because I wear sunglasses at the beach. Actually, I haven't been on the beach in a while. It's going to still be a while, but that's okay. No pressure, Mother Nature and everybody fixing the beach, so we'll get there. It'll be so fun when we do make it back to the beach, though, won't it? Hi, Joanne and Barbara and Sharon. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the Kristin Omdahl Show. I'm so glad to have you here. If you're watching and don't feel comfortable saying hello or don't want to say hello, you're all welcome here as well. And for those of you that watch the recorded version later on in the day, which most people do, hello to all of you as well. Always feel welcome to leave a comment with a question or just to say hello. I get notified of all of those throughout the day. Bjorn is not here this morning. I was waiting for someone to ask about Bjorn. Bjorn is at Grandma's house. He spent the weekend at Grandma's house because I had obligations this weekend that kept me away from home for extended hours and a little late. So I thought it would be less stressful for him to spend the weekend with Grandma, which he loves going to Grandma's house, meaning my mom. So I go and pick him up after the show this morning. Maybe after my yarn box delivery. I'm very anxious for that box to arrive. Yeah, and so we were going to come home yesterday, and I had issues with a neighbor, so we ended up spending the night at Grandma's house last night, and I'm going to see what I can do to solve that today, but that's another story altogether. It's always something, right? I'm sure you can all agree with me that it's always something. Another side note, I've made great progress on my next class. So if you have not already signed up for the first crochet class on my website and you're interested, I'll give you a link to the course now. All it says is a generic crochet class coming soon sort of thing. But because I put this up originally in that fashion so that if you wanted to sign up for the wait list for it, you could. And that way, as soon as I do release the class, which will be in the next couple of days, you'll be able to get notified as soon as it goes live. On the side note, if you're on my mailing list already, I will send out an email right away when it goes live too. It's going to have so much information in it. The handout is about 38 pages so far with so much information. The handout is actually going to have even more information than the video section of the class, but it's because it's just so important to have all of the skills and all of the teaching shown in all the ways. So you know how I always talk about this, that everybody learns in different ways, and it's different combinations of the learning styles that make it a better learning experience for everybody. So in the course handout, there's going to be a lot of text writing, there's going to be a lot of graphics and a lot of charts, and then in addition in the videos you're going to have all of these step-by-step tutorials for doing all the stitch patterns, and then I will go over how the math is done, or how to block your swatches, how to pin them out, how to measure them, how to figure out your gauge from there. But because it's a little mathy, reading it in the handout after watching me do it will really drive home all of the techniques that I'm doing. So then, that's not all. So once you learn the stitch pattern in the 4 construction styles, even in rows, even in rounds, increase in rows, increase in rounds, then we're going to take those swatches and wash them. Then I squeeze out the water, pin them out on blocking mats, let them dry, then measure the swatches, then do the math to figure out how many stitches and how many rows I did for however many inches, then divide that out to figure out what my gauge is in stitch and row per inch, and then we apply that to different projects we want to make. So I'm going to do the math for even in rows. We'll do the math for a standard size scarf, a standard size rectangular wrap shawl, and a baby blanket. Then for the even in rounds gauge, and we'll compare and contrast. Some of them are going to be similar and some slightly different when you work in rows and rounds. It's kind of interesting. Then from there we'll do the math to do a standard size cowl from our gauge with the even in the round. Then we'll calculate to make a standard size triangular shawl with the increase in rows gauge that we get from doing the swatch in our stitch pattern. And then finally, in the increase in rounds gauge calculation section, we'll take the measurement we got to know our stitch and round gauge from our swatch in pattern, and we'll apply it to a standard size square shawl or square afghan to get to figure out the number of rounds we'll need to do that. So I'll be showing you the stitch count and round count, row or round count for a shawl, a scarf, a rectangular wrap, a baby blanket, a cowl, a triangular shawl, and a square shawl or afghan in the gauge we get from the stitch patterns in the course. And then I did the extra math to give you the measurements already worked out for all of those projects in a few other standard size gauges. So like 3 stitches to the inch, 3.5 stitches to the inch, and 4 stitches to the inch. And in addition to that, in the handout, you'll get hundreds of others, around 100 at least, project dimensions to make a scarf in various sizes, the hats in various sizes, and all those other types of measurements. So there's a ton of information here, and then a ton of math worked out for you as well. So really awesome. I'm almost done with it, so I'm very excited to release it, and I think it's going to be really helpful for everybody. Then a couple of things you'll decide from here. This will either open new dimensions for you for the value of your Crochet Power book, where you'll understand what I did with this one stitch pattern from the book, and you'll be able to apply it to all the 19 stitch patterns in the book done in the 4 construction styles. Or you're going to tell me, this is awesome, I totally get this stitch pattern now, can you do it for the other stitch patterns? So I'm just going to play it by ear and see if everybody wants me to do this style class, this deep dive into all of the stitch patterns, or if doing it for the one helps you enough so that you can take that as a stepping stone to apply it to the other stitch patterns. So that's going to be interesting feedback to get from you when you take the class. Now, but if you want to get on the waiting list for it, I showed a link to where the class is going to be on my website. And as soon as it goes live, if you're on the wait list, you'll get an email from me right away. Or if you're on my mailing list, I'll send out an email that way when the class is up also. Let's see. Does anybody have any questions about that? Hi, Dawn. Thank you, propagating artists. It's going to be amazing. I'm really happy with how it's coming together and really excited to share it with all of you. If you have or have not taken any of my knitting courses, I have 3 knit courses available now too. And I just plan on adding more classes. I love teaching so much, you know that, and I love teaching in a course setting because I can take such not only a deep dive into any of these subject matters, deeper than I can in tutorial videos, but because I can really build it together. It's kind of like building a book, where you have like a sequence and everything goes in a certain order. It's a really nice way to organize the content, and then combining the handout with the class, it's almost like getting a book and tutorial videos all together. And I feel like it's just such a huge combination of information to share with you and presented in such a beautiful and intuitive way by building the classes that way that I love teaching this way. And even though it's not a live class, I know some people would prefer a class to be, with an interactive audience. I've taught for many, many years. And while live can be fun, sometimes the interruptions can make it very difficult for some students to stay focused. And the reason why I chose the type of formatting that I did with the course, the course package that I have on my website, when I decided on this particular vendor to put their course builder on my website, it was because it's interactive with the student, with other students, and with the instructor about the education. Not so much as interruptions from the lessons, but someone can ask a question anywhere on the course and I get notified and I can answer. Any other student in the course can see that question and that answer. And that to me is a huge value, because when you're wanting to learn, you don't necessarily want to hear someone interrupt. But if you are learning and you have a question, chances are someone else has the same kind of question and it might already be asked and answered, so you can see an answer immediately. But then you can also ask a question and I can answer it in there, not in real time, but I'll get notified and answer it very quickly. I have 3 knit classes up so far, Janet. So depending on which level you're at, the page where the class is on, the product page on my site, it goes in great detail of what's included in the class. There is no mystery about what you're getting. I actually give you just about the entire table of contents to give you a good solid idea of what's involved, where you can say, you know what, I think I already know that much. I'm going to look and see what the next class is teaching. And based on, what your skill set is. And so when you read those descriptions, you can get a really good understanding if maybe there's a value to this class or not. I even tell you what's in the troubleshooting sections. Sometimes that may be the best value for you. You may already know how to knit and crochet, but like, wow, that's a lot of tips in there that I don't know how to fix, or a lot of mistakes that I don't know how to fix. I make a point to share those. In the introduction to knitting I did in this particular crochet class. This one won't have that because it's a different type of a class, but it's going to come with a bunch of other stuff. Most of my classes have been running around 4 hours so far of video instruction. Yes, there's lots and lots of videos. I think someone just asked if there's multiple videos. Yes, there's multiple videos, multiple lessons in each class, and a very extensive PDF handout file that comes with your class. It's almost like a mini book that really deep dives into everything that's going on in the videos. So for example, like in this new crochet one, you're going to get all the stitch patterns with the charts. In all of the knitting classes, whatever stitch patterns and whatever patterns I'm doing in those, you're getting all of the patterns too. So like for example, the third knit class is the Introduction to Knitting Part 3, a trio of colorful hats. You get all 3 hat patterns in there. So you get, and those would be $3.99 each. So you're getting $12 worth of patterns in a 4.5 hour $19.99 course. So it's really, really a great value in that aspect alone. Thank you, Eve. I appreciate it. Yeah, each class includes tons of hours of videos, and I can't say enough about what goes into these course handouts. They're like a book in themselves. It's just so much information, so many great guides, so many great charts, just so much. Yeah, I never want anyone to say they don't get value when they shop with me, so you know that. Value is important to me, but value is important to me as a person too. It goes both ways. When I shop, I look for value. I don't look for the cheapest or the most expensive. I always look for the best value, and if that's how I feel about my own life, of course that's how I'm going to feel about everybody else, you know. Thank you, Judy. Thank you. Hi, Stacy. Good to see you. Yeah, okay, Ricky understands what I'm saying about the live versus recorded. Yeah, I find that live can, and I don't mean it in a bad way about interrupting, but I feel like some people really lose their focus. And even because of all the live streams that I do here, I know how easy it is to be tempted to go off on a side chat or you know, when a side conversation comes up here. It's distracting to me a little bit, but no big deal. I'm used to that, but I know it takes other people's focus off of what I'm doing, which is fine in a podcast. You can go back and watch it later, but I feel like I think it takes away from the value of learning in an actual class when you do it live like that. Unless you're doing a one-on-one private class, then live is fine, obviously. But anytime you do a group setting live, I feel like it really takes away from everybody's focus when someone interjects. And the more people you have, the more interjections you have. And so I really thought long and hard for a really long time before I released my first class. I was on the fence about live or recorded for a really long time and actually didn't do classes because I just couldn't decide which was better. I know so many people teach live, online and in person, and like I said, I've been doing this for years, and I feel like I can give you the best of me, and I can give you the best presentation with the way that I chose to do it. And you know, I put so much thought and intention into everything I do that I just wanted to explain the hows and whys of why I ended up going with recorded. Because obviously I don't have a problem going live. I go live and talk to you guys all the time. But it was more important to me to give you the best quality learning environment. And I feel like, in my opinion, I've done that with these courses. Yes, I understand your point, Thea, and that's why I picked a model of classes on my site so that you could ask questions in the class at the exact moment of where your question takes place, which means not only do you get to ask me and get an answer from me, but other people can read both the question and the answer whenever they decide to take the class. And then they can only look to see that if they want to stop and look at it, or they can keep going. So I mean, you still get those interjections, and you still get those questions that may be valid questions. So I do believe that you get the best of both worlds this way, because I get what you're saying. Sometimes questions do need to be asked, but the way I have it set up, I feel like is the most subtle way of adding it, so that you only see it when you're ready to see it. You know, if you're talking about the crochet class, propagating artists, you will learn how to design your own patterns a little bit this way. Absolutely. Now, if anybody wants to learn how to actually write patterns to sell, that's a different animal altogether. And I can definitely, I definitely have the intention to add that to my list of classes to make. It's just not where I've gone right away. I wanted to start with crafting based classes first before business classes, but I will definitely get there too if there's an interest. And there is a course set up as a, not a fake course, but there is a course page set up on my website for business courses for creatives, which will include pattern writing, pattern making, selling, and book writing, all that good stuff. And so if any of that interests you, marketing, all that stuff will go in that section. So you can sign up for that wait list at the link that I just provided as well. And again, going forward, after all of these are filled out, the best place to get on a list for me is to go to get on my mailing list. That's where I send out the first notification of just about everything. Well, I guess except if I send something to Patreon first. Sometimes, like with the sample sales and things like that, I always like to give my Patreon subscribers the VIP pre-access to things. So like when I do sales and stuff, I usually share it there first, and then I share it in my mailing list second. And there's a link to subscribe to my mailing list right now. If you're not already on there, you do get a free gift. You get a free download of one of my digital creative writing journals on there, the Create, Share, Inspire journal. You get that download right away. And if you include your birth month and birthday, so like not the whole year and everything. My birthday is the end of the month, November 30th. So if I was signing up, I would share 11/30. And if you share that, then you get a birthday gift from me every year, and a greeting every year on your birthday as well. My mailing list is 100% private. I will never, ever, ever share your email with anybody. I know some places do, and I don't do that. So you won't get like spammy stuff from other people. It's 100% private. Even Bjorn has never seen it. Someone's asking about, let's see. Nothing wrong with starting from the beginning, Janet, especially if you're self-taught. Sometimes it's helpful to just go back to the beginning and learn from a professional and learn how to fix mistakes and things like that. Okay. Someone's asking about cooking. Oh, okay. Joe wants me to bring back cooking videos. All right. Really like to write a cookbook too. I have this idea of combining knitting and crochet with cooking in a book, which not exactly the way it doesn't really sound like it makes sense, but I've had this vision and idea for, oh, I don't know, 15 years. Well, not true. Judy says if you want the free gift, you'd have to unsubscribe and resubscribe, but I already handled that in advance. I sent out an email with the free gift download of the journal right before I announced that. So if you're already on my mailing list, you did get an email with access to that free download. I did it so nobody had to unsubscribe and resubscribe. So if you go back and read your emails, it's on there. And if you just go to edit your when at the bottom of an email, there's a spot where you can edit your contact information, and that's where you can add your birthday if you have not already done so. but you don't have to unsubscribe and resubscribe to get the gift. You received the gift in an email prior to when I announced that I was giving the gift at sign up. But then again, at the bottom, there's an unsubscribe button and like an edit your subscription sort of thing. There's some sort of button at the bottom of every email, and if you haven't shared your birth date on there before, you can share it that way. You can edit your account. I don't know, it's not your account. Edit your, I can't think of the word, whatever. Let's see, is that box, any updates? Nope, still out for delivery. Ugh. All right, well, I was hoping that it would arrive while we were live. Doesn't look like it's going to arrive. However, as soon as it does, I will record a video. I know some of you didn't like the live version of the unboxing last week, so I will do recorded yarn unboxing videos going forward and just make them live premieres so that we can chat in the comments and have that live component with each other. But I'll make sure that the videos are recorded instead of live streamed so that you get the best, so that we don't miss out on the quality in case there's some issue with connectivity. Oh, if everything could just be perfect every day, wouldn't that be wonderful? That's funny you say that, Stacy. I like those too. I do like videos like that. However, sometimes I get complaints when I do videos of just knitting and crocheting. And people say, "What's the point of this? I don't feel like being a peeper." And I'm like, "That's not what the intention was." Yeah, I know it's not my fault, but it still annoys people, and I want to make things as pleasant as possible if I can. Let's see. Update your preferences. Thank you, Eve. I knew I was onto something. I just couldn't think the right word. So at the end of each email that comes from me, you'll see an unsubscribe button. But why would you want to do that? Or update your preferences. And when you click update your preferences, it'll take you to where your information is 100% private and where your name and email is and your craft preference. And it'll have a section in there to, if you haven't already updated with your birth day and month, you can add it there, and then you get a birthday greeting from me every year. Oh, that's great, Ricky. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm going. I feel like, I guess I can tell you, I mean, if someone else wants to steal the idea, so be it. The idea is to incorporate recipes with knit and crochet projects based on, okay, so if the crochet project is super easy and mindless, you can do a more complicated cooking recipe. And if the project is really complicated, like lace or cables or something with a lot of design to it, and you want to concentrate there, then there's an easy recipe for that. So there would be a scale of easy to more concentration level of, like mindless to high concentration level of knit and crochet patterns, and quick to more time consuming recipes. So like something you throw in a slow cooker and just set it and forget it would be great for knitting a lace shawl, and a quick, and maybe a salad that involves a lot of chopping and a lot of prep work, that would be for a super easy project. Does that make sense? So I thought I would like inverse the amount of time it takes, the knit or crochet project, with the amount of time it takes to make the food. So that was the concept that I've had in my head for like I said, 15 years. So I guess if someone comes out with it before me now, they probably watched today's show. Because if no one else has come out with it in 15 years and it's been my idea for 15 years, then we'll know. I'm just kidding. Yeah, so that's the idea, and I just haven't really brought it to fruition. But as I'm realizing that I should try to focus on the YouTube channel being more knit and crochet related, I feel like that's a way I can still dive into my other passion, which is food, because you all know food is my passion. But oh gosh, thank you all so much for sticking around with me today. I guess the box isn't going to arrive in time, and that's all right. As soon as it does, I will share with you all these I can't wait to show you what I ordered. Can't wait. And again, this is all yarns that I purchased myself. Nothing sponsored here. I picked yarns based on the type of things that I like to make, and hopefully the types of things that you like to make. And I will share with you my vision for patterns on my website that I think these yarns would be great substitutions for, and what I want to make with these yarns going forward. Propagating artist is intimidated by thinner yarns. Well, I mean, I do organize my patterns on my website based on yarn weight. You can filter by weight, so if you only want to look at patterns DK weight and thicker, I have all of my patterns organized by not only type of project, knit or crochet, then type of project from there, but also yarn weight. So you can filter my patterns any way that suits your preference. Thank you, Ricky. Yes, writing cookbooks has been a dream of mine for, oh, I don't know, 30 years. Speaking of which, I'm turning 50 next week. Yikes. It's a weird number for me. I think this is the first number that feels big to me. I didn't care about turning 30. Didn't care about turning 20. Didn't care about turning 30. I just had a baby, so I was super excited. Had Marlon when I was 29 and a half, so our birthdays are exactly 6 months apart, so I was 29 and a half, and his birthday's always 6 months out from mine. Turning 40 didn't bother me, but turning 50 is like, oh, are you supposed to be something by the time you turn 50? Are you supposed to be skinny? Are you supposed to be married? Are you supposed to be successful? Are you supposed to be happy? They're just crazy questions that like, I don't want to go that deep. I don't want to feel that way, but I feel like this is the first number that's forced me into thinking that way. Anyway, trying to sweep that out of my brain. Exactly. I need to try to remember to just be me and not worry about it. But this is the first number that's kind of stumped me a little bit. And anyway, I've still got a week and a half to get it out of my head. Thank you guys. I wasn't fishing for compliments. That's not why I said it. I say these things. I share the vulnerable things in my life, not for you to feel bad for me, but to let other people know that if they feel that way, because I do believe we're more alike than we are different, and if I'm struggling with something, I'm convinced there are other people that are too. So I share the vulnerable side of things, even though it makes me uncomfortable to do that. I share it because I know there's other people that probably need to hear that it's okay to have those self-doubt questions as well. That's all. And if I figure out how to get rid of it, I'll share that too, because that'll help other people as well. Christiane says life starts at 50. I've heard that so many times, and my goodness, I'm so excited if that's the case. Yeah, I keep hearing that. I keep hearing that life starts at 50 and that life gets better at 50. If that's the case, I'm all for it. Okay, well, we definitely went over today, but I appreciate you guys sticking around. I thought for sure we were going to get that box in time, but we haven't, which means as soon as it gets here, I'm going to record a video and upload it, live premiere it. Don't know what time that'll be, but I will share it today whenever it happens. So if you're not already subscribed to my channel, subscribe to my channel, click that bell notification next to it, and then as soon as I go live today with my yarn unboxing for the Mystery Yarn Company, you will be able to watch right from the beginning. Now, if you don't want to do that, or it doesn't work out for you, or you'll be busy at the time, no worries. That video, once it's done being live premiered, will be a regular video on my channel, and you can watch it then when it's convenient for you as well. Alrighty. Thank you guys so much for your sweet thoughts. You've got a birthday here today. Happy birthday, Val. Happy birthday. All right, thank you all so much for taking time out of your busy day to spend a few minutes with me. I hope you enjoyed the info and the update on my shrugs, which are coming soon, including all the yardage. If you want to order the yarn in advance, you now can. Take advantage of those coupons and things. Hope you enjoyed chatting with me and everybody else. I will see you later today when I have some goodies to share with you. In the meantime, let us make time to create, share, and inspire today and every day. Have a wonderful day, everybody. I'll see you later for the yarn yarn unboxing for the mystery yarn. It won't be a mystery then. And then I'll see you tomorrow morning for the live make-along for Shawls for Sharing. Have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye.